Cool Clive. Chapter 1. Look at the other kids in my class. They have the right haircuts. They have the right clothes. The jeans, the t-shirts, the caps, and the trainers. These are my friends. And this is me. They may think I'm not all that big. They may think I'm not all that bright. But I know I'm really cool. The trouble is, my clothes are just not cool at all. So what? I don't care, I say to myself. But I do care. You can wear my cap for today, says my best friend. But it's not the same. My mum says, just be yourself. What you wear doesn't matter. She's right, you know. My friend agrees with her. And I know she's right too. It doesn't matter. It shouldn't matter. But it does matter to me. I want to be like my friends. I want to be cool. In my mind, I can see exactly what I could look like. And I say, Mum, can I have jeans like those? But she always says, I can get you a pair from the market for half the price. So I say, can I have some t-shirts like those? But she says, you've got plenty of your cousin's old shirts that you haven't grown into yet. And when I say, look at those trainers, Mum, I don't suppose... She says, I'm sorry, love. We just can't afford them. It seems that almost everything I have belonged to someone else before me. Oh, wow! I remember this. Ooh, I used to love this shirt. And the fashions have changed a bit since my cousins were kids. At school, we all had to make up a rap about ourselves. This is mine. Don't have the right sort of trainers. Don't have the right sort of hair. Don't have the right sort of labels. Pretend that I don't care. But oh wow, look at them now. All the style, all the know-how. Puma, High-Tech and Reebok. Cool as cool, they've got the lot. And oh wow, I'm feeling green. They're the coolest kids I've ever seen. They're cool in school and cool in the street. Cool as cool from head to feet. My friend says, it's a good rap. But it's not such a good feeling. Chapter 2. I know exactly what I want. I've seen them in a shop window. And I know exactly what my mum will say. Money doesn't grow on trees, you know. We don't have money to burn. Maybe for Christmas. I dream about those trainers. Maybe I could find some long-lost treasure and buy them. Maybe I could earn a reward and buy them. This £100 cheque is a small token of our gratitude. Maybe I could get a job and... Yes! That's what I'll do! I'll earn lots of money and buy my trainers. It's not easy finding a job, especially when you're my age. First, I looked at the newspaper. They were all jobs for grown-ups or older kids. No good for me. What could I do? I thought and thought and I had an idea! Ding! I could look at the cards in the window of the corner shop. There were plenty of cards. For sale. Table tennis table by family moving house with slightly wobbly legs. Telephone 33451. 3 adorable baby rabbits for sale. Only £5 each. Phone 42213 after 6. Typewriter for sale. Perfect working order. No good offers refused. Phone 23% $79. Newspaper delivery boys and girls wanted. Apply within. That's the one for me. I'll get a job, save the money, and I'll be cool Clive, the coolest kid alive. But when I asked, the man said, "You're not big enough, not old enough, not strong enough. Come back when you're older." Outside the shop, I met Rick Hamley from Mr. Jacobs' class. He had a newspaper round. He was dragging the bag behind him, and he was looking hot and tired. "I'm looking for a partner. Share the work, share the money, OK? Tell your mum I'll look after you. Start tomorrow, 6:30. 6:30? 6:30! Surely he didn't mean 6:30 in the morning. He did! That night I was so excited I could hardly sleep. I'd asked my mum if I could help Rick with his paper round, and, after a bit, she had agreed. She helped me set the alarm clock for 5:30, and she made me go to bed extra early. It's hard to go to sleep when it's still light. All my plans were racing through my head. They made a sort of song which went round and round and round. I'll deliver the news. I'll earn money. I'll buy shoes. I'll buy trainers cool and snazzy, big and bold and bright and jazzy. Imagine me when I get to school, looking so great, looking so cool. Listen to the others, hear them say, "Look at Clive, look at Clive, he's the coolest kid alive." In the end, I fell asleep, and then, bring! It was time to get up and get started on my first week delivering the papers with Rick. Monday was very wet. Tuesday was no better. Wednesday was worse. Thursday was even wetter. But I carried on. Friday, Saturday. On Sunday, the newspapers are very thick and heavy. I heaved that bag. I hauled that bag. I nearly gave up, but I carried on and I got paid. Yippee! But the next day, I met Rick. "I'm going to work with Gaz from now on." "You're too little, too slow, and you make mistakes. Look." "Excuse me, I didn't order this." "I want my comic!" "Oi! Where's my Biker's World?" See you around. Chapter 3. I went home and counted my money. I made a special savings book and then I had a rest. I was worn out and fed up, and I still needed loads more money. Fed up. The next day, I went back to the shop. I didn't go in. in case there were any more unhappy customers waiting for me. But I read the cards outside. There were a few new ones. For sale. Set of dining chairs by family moving house with solid wooden bottoms. Telephone 33451. 10 baby rabbits, £3 each for quick sale. Phone 42213 after 6. Dog walker wanted. Give my dog 1 good walk a day and earn extra pocket money. 34 Park Walk, Barkwood. Yes! That's the job for me! I wrote down the address, asked my mum, and went around to see the lady. You're not very old, she said. You're not very big. But you are the only one who's asked for the job, so I'll give you a try. Here's his lead, and here's Toodles! Now just take Toodles once round the park, then bring him straight back home. Don't get him tired. Don't get him dirty. Remember, once round the park and then straight back home. She told me what to do over and over and over again. I wish she'd told the dog. Toodles had a mind of his own. We went once round the park. No problem. But then Toodles decided to go round again. No, Toodles! And again. And again. We visited the ducks. Toodles liked the water. We visited the gardens. Toodles liked the mud and the manure. Oi! Get that dog out of here! We visited the litter bins. Toodles liked the rubbish. Then Toodles decided to go home, the short way. The lady was not pleased. Not pleased at all. She gave me the money for 1 day, but this is not the job for you. Don't come back tomorrow. I went home, counted my money, filled in my book, then had a bath and a rest. Fed up again. From time to time, I went back to the shop. Sometimes there were new notices. For sale. Baby's cot by family moving house with a screw loose. Telephone 33451. 25 rabbits. Free to a good home. Phone or call any time at all. 42213. 47 Hutch Walk. Ducklings and chicks. Going cheap. Telephone 89136. But there was only one job. Wanted. Circus performer. Can you walk the high wire? Can you swallow fire? Can you juggle with knives? And that was not the job for me. So I decided to start my own business. I made posters. Car cleaning and odd jobs. Call for Clive. 64120. And leaflets. If your car is splashed with mud and rain, if there are loads of leaves lying in your drain, don't just sit there and complain. Call for Clive. Clive cleans till it gleams. Phone 64120. If the birds keep messing on your windscreen, don't get mad. don't get mean. Just call for Clive. 64120. Your car was flashy, but now it's splashy. What do you do? Call for Clive. Clive's car cleaning and odd jobs. Phone 64120. I borrowed some equipment. A bucket, a sponge, and a cloth. And off I went. I was doing very well indeed, when I had a bit of an accident. I was quite lucky, really. I didn't damage the car. I didn't fall in the pond, but I did break a few things. I said, "I'm very sorry. It was an accident. I'll pay for the damage." And I did. Now all I had left was my soggy sponge, my cloth, and my bucket with a hole in it. Can you imagine how I felt? I was trudging home by the park when I heard, "Toodles, come back!" Then, "Ow! Keep that dog under control!" And then, splosh! A crowd of people were gathered by the duck pond. I went to have a look and got there just in time to see a man crawling out of the water. He was wet and covered in weeds. He didn't look happy at all. Gaz and Rick were trying to pull Toodles away and apologise to the man at the same time. "Sorry, we're just looking after this dog. Are you okay?" "No, I'm not. Look at me. And look at my bag." Chapter 4. There in the middle of the pond was his bag. It was bobbing about slowly and drifting around in circles. "It's full of very important papers," said the man. "Oh no, it's going to sink! Get a fishing net, quick!" he yelled. "A fishing net? Has anybody got a fishing net?" But no, the bag was sinking and no one had a fishing net. But I did have an idea. I used my cloth, my bucket with a hole in, and a long stick, and got it! "Thank you, thank you, thank you," said the man. "You've saved my bag and all my papers and money. I would like to reward you." He put his hand into his soggy bag and I held my breath and wished. Money? Money to buy my trainers? Then he pulled out a little soggy card with an address on it. "Pop in and see me," he said. And then he went, leaving nothing behind but a patch of damp grass and some duckweed. I went home and told my mum all about it. "Well, you had your wits about you. But you're not going calling on strangers without my say-so." "Oh, Mum." "No. If you want to go, I'm going with you." So I had to wait till Saturday when she had the day off work. In a way, I was glad she'd come. It was a funny sort of place. It was a big warehouse in a side street, huge and dusty and full of boxes. A bit spooky. "Hello there! I've been waiting for you to turn up. This is my mum." I turned to my mum, but she wasn't listening. She was staring at a huge heap of boxes. "It's those trainers you're mad about! Piles of them!" The man was busy telling me all about his job. "I bring in all these things, some from other countries, and I sell them to shops." "I've seen some in shop windows," I said. "Would you like some of these? Do you think they're nice?" "Nice? They're brilliant! They're fantastic! They're cool!" "Help yourself to a few things then," said the man. "Oh, we couldn't," said my mum. "Yes, we could! Yes, we could!" "Yes, you could," agreed the man. "Your boy saved me a lot of money and a lot of trouble. I want to reward him." So I got a cap and some jeans, a t-shirt and the trainers. Cool! In my new shirt, I felt brighter. In my new shoes, I felt taller. I looked the way I'd always felt I was. Cool Clive, the coolest kid alive. About the author. I write all sorts of stories, and I also like to write poems. So I particularly enjoyed writing Cool Clive, a story which has rhymes and raps in it. I often visit schools, and I got the idea for this story when I was talking to a group of children. I noticed that they were all wearing famous named trainers, all except one. I decided to write that boy's story.
Please explain this picture. Example answer. Clive thought he didn't have the right clothes like his friends, but his mom told him that what he wears was not so important. His friend agreed with his mom, but Clive didn't. He wanted to look cooler. This is what his mom told him. Please explain what his mom wanted to say. Example answer. What his mom wanted to say was that she didn't have money for something that was not so important. Maybe she would buy it for him for a Christmas gift, or maybe not. 3. These are posters and leaflets Clive made. Please explain. Example answer. Clive had so many difficulties finding a job. He decided to start his own business. First, he made posters and leaflets. His business was cleaning cars and drains. What happened? Example answer. Clive luckily got a client for car washing. There was an accident while working. He was not hurt, but he broke a few things he had to pay for. It was not a lucky day after all. What happened? Example answer. A businessman dropped his bag in a pond. There were important papers and money in it. No one helped him. Clive had an idea to use his cleaning equipment: a cloth, a bucket, and a long stick. He saved the bag with his net. The gentleman appreciated it very much and wanted to reward Clive. What happened? Example answer. The businessman gave Clive the shoes he really wanted. He also gave Clive a cap, some jeans, and a t-shirt. Clive was really excited and extremely happy. Questions and answers. Phoebe and Kevin, English Aloud. Narrated by Phoebe, English Aloud. Good job. Thank you very much.